head coach Brian Billick. Brian, how you doing this morning?
Like everybody, exhausted, just mentally, physically worn out. What an unbelievable game.
It really was. It really was. And, Coach, you know, like I know, it was a tale of two halves. Tom Brady and the Patriots offense, they didn't really get going, but they made some plays after they came out of halftime. What did you see in that game that might have been the turning point, and what were the adjustments that you noticed the Patriots made?
Well, I don't know that there's any specific adjustment, but Nate, you know this. The game is this ebb and flow of emotion, and how you handle that emotion, particularly in a game that was so one-sided in the first half. It would have been very easy for the New England Patriots to let that get away from them. I think the exchange in the third quarter, when Atlanta, who has been totally dominant to this point, runs the length of the field, 8 plays and what was it, 80 yards for a touchdown. Emotionally, you could say, okay, that's kind of it. Well, what does New England do? They respond with their own drive. 13 plays, 75 yards. All right, so they emotionally respond. Then they go for the onside kick, the ultimate in desperation. All right, they don't get it. That could have wiped you out. So what happens? Their defense makes them go 3 and out. Now, at that point, that's a very dangerous position to be in for the New England Patriots because of the pedigree they have. And you just, heard everybody referring to it that, okay, Kay has been saying, I knew New England wasn't going to lose. At that point, no matter how strong a New England Patriot fan you may be, you had some doubt. But the minute that exchange in that third quarter, was there any doubt? And at that point for Atlanta, they'll never admit to it, but you can't say that at some point it didn't creep into their mind after being so totally dominant. Oh, my God, what's going to happen now? And you're still up by a couple scores. And think about the number of things that had to happen to overcome. Your quarterback drops back 70 times. He gets sacked 5 times and gets totally beat up. You don't get an onside kick. You have to convert on 2 two-point plays. The number of things that line up that you just, if you put that on the Vegas odd board and say, okay, what are the odds of these happening and a team overcoming it and winning, would have been astronomical.
Coach, I know you were watching our show a little bit earlier, so I'm going to put you on the spot here. We had the conversation about whether or not Tom Brady is the greatest player in NFL history. What do you think?
It's guys, we were all down there together all week in Houston, and we all did, of course, doing your show, and we all did Radio Row, and you just do a million shows, and everybody has a discussion. And is this the legacy game for Tom Brady? What this does is, and we will all go about our business, and whether we're together with friends having a beer or we're sitting around a dining room table or whatever, at some point, people are going to get into this discussion. And it's going to be interesting because if for anybody that wants to argue that he's not, and you start the conversation, it's amazing because they